Now let's do a painted border. Well, I need to extend the canvas again. So I'm going to make the image a little bit smaller so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to do the crop tool method. Ah, it's black. Hold on, let me hit escape. I'm going to unlock the background because I want the transparency. There we go. And once again, I'm doing the bottom weighting. And let's upsize that a little bit. Let's see how well we did. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Move that one over a little bit. And come down. Okay. Now, I dropped that by accident in the middle, so all I have to do is grab it and drag it. Grab it and drag it down further. And you have to be on the move tool to do that. And to get rid of these, you just drag them off. Okay, so just like so. And I must not have snap turned on anymore. Nope, it's still turned on. Snap to everything, all. There we go. So, okay, it's a good start. Okay, so we need to create a new blank layer. I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and the painted border is just painting with a different brush. We've got all these different brushes in here. So I'm going to start with this one. You know, stay away from the horrible things like leaves and ducks and stuff like that. And now, oh, I got to paint with black, not white. Command Z, X. My opacity should be up at 100%. And I'm going to make this bigger so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to paint some sort of funky, cool border. Okay, I'm going to take my time with it. So you can see that this could take you some time. You could do a different border for every kind of image that you have. Now here's the fun part. Not only do you have these available to you, but if you come up here and click on that little gear, you've got all of these available to you, all from within Photoshop. Let's try Faux Finish brushes. This little dialog box comes up, and if you want to, it's asking you how you want to handle those new brushes. If you say append, it's just going to add them to what you already have. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's so much fun. So I'm just, all kind of roughly going along here. Do you remember when we did the colorize project and we did colorize number 1, the method number 1, and I said that's like the only time you're ever going to use the eraser tool? Well, guess what? You could use the eraser tool here. So if you end up with something you don't like that, you can come over here, grab the eraser tool, make it bigger, and erase away. And the reason why it's acceptable here, just like with method number 1, was because it's just black pixels on a transparent layer. Okay, so if that makes sense to you. So you can come in on this and erase it because it's just nothing but pixels on transparency. And there's looking pretty good. Do you guys remember that really cool trick to draw a straight line? If I want to draw a straight line right across here, all I do is click here once, I come over to this end, I hold my shift key and click again. It just drew a straight line. Click once, come up to the top, hold my shift key, it draws a straight line. Okay, and that works with any brush. Now, if I decide I don't like all these brushes in here because it's becoming overwhelming, I can edit these. I go to the preset manager to do that, to edit the brushes. And in here I can go, okay, let's see, which ones do we hate? We hate these. We hate those. We don't want these. Whoops. Oh, let me just get rid of those first. We'll delete them. Then we'll come back here. We'll delete these things again. From here to here, delete. So I can have a custom set of brushes in here. And if I say, let's do that. Delete. Now here's the set I want. I could come in here and then save this as a set, and I can name it something. It puts it into this brushes folder. If I save that set, I can put it on my thumb drive, on my hard drive, and I can take it to any Photoshop and load it. There it is, Untitled Brushes ABR. I'll call it HP 44, and I'll save it. I'm actually going to save it to my desktop. Save. And I'll say done. Now, when I go to my very busy desktop, there they are, HP 44 ABR. So I just put that on my flash drive, and to load it, all I do is double click on it when I get it to the Photoshop world that I want it to be in, and it'll automatically load into Photoshop for me. Here's something else that's pretty cool. If I come to go to the internet and I want to find other brushes, I can just go free Photoshop brushes, and here's a whole bunch of them. Brush Easy is a great place to start, so I just come in here and I go, okay, I don't need any reptile brushes. Let's see here. Circle Madness. I like a lot of the fun things. This goes on and on. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of pages. Let's see here. What do I should just pick one. This is really annoying, isn't it? I'm actually looking for some grungy stuff. This will work. Fire. Okay, and all we do is hit download. And I don't need it to do anything here. And we'll go click. And then it should be in my, I think it'll be in my downloads folder. You can see it's downloading right now. So I've downloaded a couple of sets of brushes. The ones that end in ABR are the ones that will automatically load into Photoshop if you double click on them. So I'm going to double click on BW High Res. It took us right to Photoshop. We come to our brushes and here they are. So how cool is that for a brush? It's taking up almost a whole 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. We're going to use that in the next project. If I go back there, not to there. Let's see where I need to go. I need to go back to downloads. Do this one more time, and then I also have this dry brush set that I downloaded. So I'll double click on those and add those as well. And it takes us back to Photoshop, and then there are even more brushes in here. So those are pretty cool. Okay, so that's how you download free brushes, how you save brushes, how you use brushes. Just for fun, I finished this off while we were waiting. I think that looks like a pretty nice border. I actually used one of the stock brushes in Photoshop, the one that's the little square. If I click up here, I use this little guy right here. That was found in, I think it was in the Faux Finish brushes. So I'm going to hit cancel. So anyway, so that's a nice, funky, clean painted border. And we're going to do one more in the next video.